Hi, I'm Jeff Cope, and if this is your first time listening and watching the Texas Wine Lover podcast and vlog, well, welcome. If you're a returning listener and watcher, thanks for coming back. Today I'm talking to Patrick and Julie Whitehead from Blue Ostrich Winery and Vineyard. Thanks for joining us, Patrick and Julie.
That's us.
Yep, you're welcome.
That'd be you.
Good to be here.
So, for the people out there that maybe not know who you are and know the winery, can you give us a little background of Blue Ostrich?
Want to take that one?
Well, okay. My family has land up in North Texas, and we used to run an ostrich ranch, and we've always wanted to grow grapes up there, so the time was right. About 2009, 2010, we started thinking about what about growing grapes up here. So we had soil tested and water tested and decided we can grow grapes. So, hey, let's, and that was with the help of the TDA. And then we were like, okay, let's just go all in and open a winery. This guy over here is many talented. This one. He has a wonderful palate, and he was a home winemaker, so it was right up his alley. He's just a creative guy. So he went back to school, and here we are.
That's the thumbnail version.
That is.
We tell a slightly longer story if you come and see us.
Yep.
And people ask, do you still have ostriches? And we do. So when you drive into the entrance of Blue Ostrich Winery, you'll see a couple of birds still there leftover from our ostrich ranching days, but they're just our mascots. They're not pets, they're mascots. So yeah, so we're about 5 years old now, and we have 8 acres of grapes. We grow all vinifera varietals, specialize in Tempranillo and Viognier, and we grow a few other things. And then, like a lot of other Texas wineries, we do bring some grapes in from other parts of the state to kind of fill in the portfolio and the wine styles that we do.
Well, that's perfect, because that's actually the next question I was going to ask about the grapes. So
yeah, about 35 to 40% of our vineyard is Tempranillo, and the original vines were planted in 2011. We made additions in 2012 and 2013. We also grow Viognier. We grow Cabernet Sauvignon and smaller blocks of Merlot, Moscato Giallo, a little bit of Sangiovese, Petit Syrah, which does really well. Almost wish we'd planted more Petit Syrah because it's just a wonderful grape. And then a little bit of Riesling and Chenin Blanc. And those last 4, we just use a little bit of those as blenders and things like that. We don't have a whole lot.
So, as Julie said, you're the winemaker.
Yes, along with my daughter Presley, who's kind of our cellar master. We kind of muddle through and get all the heavy lifting done during the course of the year. This past year, 2015, we bottled a little over 4,000 cases in our facility, and our goal is to hit about 5,000 this year. So we do both dry and sweet styles, and like much of the wineries here in Texas, we've got a clientele that prefer both styles of wine, so we do dries and sweets.
So is there any certain wines that are popular at your winery?
Well, Julie is our tasting room manager, and she might answer that a little bit better than I would.
Our Tempranillo is a very popular dry red for us. We just released a blender dry red called Table 1, and that's a Syrah blend, and it's just flying out the door.
Good.
Very nice also. On our sweeter side, we have a sweet red called Cielo that just, it's the sweet wine drinkers, that's what they like.
I call it Chateau de Cash Flow. We sell a lot of it. It is our top selling wine, and it's just a red blend that's got kind of an interesting character to it, kind of these little, cinnamon and clove sort of characters, what I get out of it. But a lot of people that come in that say, hey, I don't drink a lot of wine, or I prefer sweet wine, they want a red wine. Sometimes you think of sweet wines as being lighter bodied, White Zins or Rieslings, that sort of thing. But some folks, they've read about the benefits of, a little bit of red wine each day, and so they're looking for a red wine, but they want something sweeter. And so that Cielo that Julie mentioned has been really popular.
I love it when people walk in the door and say, my doctor told me I need to drink a glass of red wine every day. I'm like, you came to the right place.
Yeah. We're not doctors, but we agree.
Excellent. So are there any plans for any new wines coming out?
Yes, actually, that's a good question, because we're going to be bottling in a few weeks. And we've got a new red blend. It will be called, Talon, T-A-L-O-N. All birds have talons, and the ones on our ostriches are about that big.
They're cute.
And so
scary.
we just thought it was kind of a fun name. And it's going to be a Tempranillo blend. It'll be our first Tempranillo blend. Most of all of our other Tempranillos have been straight up varietals. So it'll be Tempranillo blended with a little bit of the Petit Syrah we mentioned, some Sangiovese and Merlot, and pretty heavily extracted oak. We did use some oak alternatives to kind of give it a little more kick. We used some French oak chips in the tank, and so it's going to be a nice, full-bodied, very dry red. We have our first estate Cabernet being released in May. It was bottled last year. We just kind of been letting it kind of sit there and mellow out. We'll be releasing that in May. That was grown on the Blue Ostrich property.
And the blush.
And then our first dry rosé. Julie, myself, our daughters all kind of became fascinated with these dry rosés that a lot of folks down in the hill country are doing, and there's some down there we thought were very, very good, and we thought that's a style of wine we'd like to do. Nobody in North Texas is doing that, and it's a 7-grape blend. We call it Seven Brides. Wow. All whole cluster pressed, done as a traditional rosé. I mean, maybe not as traditional as a French, but it's not a blend of white and red, and I think it's gonna be a really nice wine.
It is.
Great. So I know you have a lot of events at the winery. Any real popular ones people should know about?
We really try to make it fun. Yeah, every event fun. We try to do about one a month. Single Day Wino is a big one that we do. That's the first Saturday of May. And then our wine club party that we have in May is a big blowout, and we have a lot of fun doing that too.
And we just signed a contract last week. We are the newest winery affiliate for Wicked Wine Walk, and I know there's several of those around the state. I think there's one down by you guys at Hack Winery, and so we'll be doing that in October of this year, and so we're very excited about that.
Great. So you mentioned the wine club. How many wine club members do you have?
It's right at 1,400 now.
Wow.
So
it's really grown.
Yeah, we try to develop a wine club. Back in December of 2012, we started thinking, okay, we want to start this club. We have a lot of fans, so let's see. So we try to make it as easy as possible, just 3 times a year, 2 bottles, 4 bottles, not in a date. But it's wonderful because I like those 3 influxes of cash 3 times a year. The wine club's awesome. No, but it's really neat because it's developed this fan club. People love being a member of the club. We need to come up with a clever name because we don't have one. I
refer to it as our wine cult. We really try to treat everybody the same and special in our tasting room, but we do some extra things for wine club members. We didn't mention at the beginning, but our facility is located an hour and 15 minutes north of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So we get a lot of day trippers. It's an easy drive up for the afternoon. And by doing it 3 times a year, we say it gives you an excuse to come up here 3 times a year. And of course, we ship anywhere in Texas for people that don't come and pick up their wines.
It's just speaking in that manner, when people come from Dallas, they're traveling north, we're going towards Oklahoma, what's up with this? You get off at 35 for about 25 minutes. And you're going along these flat plains, but then you drop down almost 800 feet into the Red River Valley to come see us. The view is spectacular, and it's very hilly. We call it the North Texas Hill Country. It's gorgeous. So people like to come out there and just, your problems dissolve. You just take a deep breath and you can't help but relax and enjoy yourself.
If you're in Dallas-Fort Worth and you enjoy going down to the Hill Country, and shout out to the Hill Country, we love it down there too. But it's a 3 or 4 hour drive to get down to Fredericksburg and get in the middle of everything, and which again, we encourage people to visit wineries all over our state. But if you want something that looks like that and a Texas wine experience, and you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, seriously, 90 minutes from just about anywhere in the Metroplex, and you're looking up at the bluffs here in the valley, and it's beautiful.
So for those people that come to visit and might want to stay a little while, you have a guest house, I believe?
Yeah, we do. We have a guest house across the street from the winery. It sleeps 8 people. There's access to the hot tub and pool and spa. It's part of the family compound area, and it's got its own special views too, looking out to the west. It's just really nice. There's also other guest houses and bed and breakfast in the area. So
the cool thing about our guest house, if you spend too much time doing this at the winery, you can just walk back across the street.
And it comes with a cheese board and a bottle of wine as a welcome to the guest house.
I had that prop I had to use.
So are there any future plans for Blue Ostrich?
Yes. We're actually working on expansion right now. We ran out of space pretty quick. That's a problem. It's a good problem. But we're coming up with more space for our guests. Right now, we have limited indoor space, so we are enclosing our outdoor patio. So we'll have lots of shade in the summer, but if we want to, we're going to drop down garage doors on it, glass garage doors, so you still have your view. And we can, offer people kind of a rain or shine space.
Yeah. You got me talking before I was ready, because I just woke up and all that. But our facility is our old ostrich barn. So we were kind of limited, to what actually infrastructure was there. So our tasting room is a nice size. We thought it was huge when we first opened, but now not so much. So this is going to really allow people, rain or shine, a place to go and stay. So.
We like that. Hopefully we can do things like, wine pairing dinners, or, we'd love to do the Riedel glass demonstration. Yeah, we just need a space to do those kinds of things. So we're looking forward to having that.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you again for doing this.
You're welcome.
Is there anything you'd like to add that we didn't touch on?
Yeah, come see us. We'd love to have you at our place. Come see what all the hoopla is about.
Well, thanks again, and that'll do it for this episode. So until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.